welcome to Beautiful Me TV. I am your host, Crystal Davis, and like I told you before, we had a special guest in the studio, Ms. Maia Beene. She is here, and she has her own nonprofit. I'm not telling you what it is. I'm going to let her tell you. So, Ms. Maia, please tell us about your whole passion, this gift that has been given to you that you are sharing with everybody else.
Problem. It's called Modify. Modify is a 501c3 nonprofit here in Houston, and our focus is to create service projects for the community. It could be for children, it could be for the homeless community. It is anything that we feel there's a need, we go out and we try to solve that problem, temporary problem, as much as we can with the resources that we have. We've developed a lot of programming this year and the year before last. We're excited about all the things that God has placed in our laps. And the resources and the places that has been coming, especially even this year. Right. So we're excited. I hope that everybody that's listening can get involved. We are always looking for volunteers. So just get involved. And at the end of the show, Ms. Crystal is going to be giving you the information to contact us.
Yes, exactly. And like she said, we're getting involved. I know there's plenty of people out there that are listening in right now and watching and just like trying to figure out what can you do? Like, where can I go? And so basically what Maia's providing with Modify is that base for you. And then I know you were talking about how is, just being diverse with our culture and our community, just being out there. Because I know it's different things. We can go online and look up stuff. But, you have Miss Maia here that is providing that for you, so you don't have to do all that. So
and the vision that I see for the organization Modify is really to be that place where people go. If you want to give back, and on a personal level, if you want to give back, you can go to Volunteer Houston, you go to amazing other organizations. But the difference between those and Modify is that we're actually out there with you. Like Volunteer Houston sends you out to other places, but not only we will let you know what's going on, but we're going to be there with you as well. Right. And so another goal that we also have is to reach out to high school students. I know a lot of high schools are requiring their seniors or juniors to do community service. So what we plan to do is actually go into the high schools to do the same thing. That's a goal of mine that I want, so that we can get our names out. They're in high school. They know about Modify. They're going to know about Modify when they're in college. They're going to know about Modify when they're adults. So that is building that community, that spirit of service at an early age.
And then also, I know you said for high school students, now when I was in high school, it was a YES program. I don't know if that's the same. Okay, so y'all still do that. So y'all need those hours for the YES program. Okay.
They do. Somebody that's on my board works with YES or whatever. Okay. And so we're actually going to be going out. We have another program called Volunteer Day. This is our second year, 2016, 2015 was our it was our second year doing it. The program is really to encourage students to give back. And so we want to give them a spirit of service, not doing it just for the hours, but to really have a feeling of compassion and a love for giving back.
We have to take a quick break. I know. But we'll be right back, and I have a few more things that I have to share with you all and Miss Maia about some upcoming events that she's going to be having this year. So stay tuned. Okay, so here I am again with KB, and I told you all we're going to be doing this the entire month in relationship coaching and advice for everybody, for all of you all, guys and girls. So I have a question, and I told KB, but not details. So body language. Let's say, we're having a conversation, and you're talking to that person, but then they're just like this. Or their hands are like closed, and then they're like kind of looking at you like, okay, well, be quiet. It's like at that moment, what's really happening? Give us one thing, and then we'll give y'all the rest after the rest of the show.
Man to a woman, woman to man talking.
Yeah, woman to man talking. Woman talking to man.
Since women typically talk with their whole body, neck, eyes, lips, smacking, rolling, all that. A man is trying to be his best composure. If he keeps his hands down to himself and he's listening, he may seem uninterested, but he's really trying to wait for all this to be over typically.
Uh-huh.
So if a man is like this, he's being composed. If a man is like this, he don't want to hear nothing you got to say, or he could be interested in what you have to say, depending on what you're talking about. He could be like this. This is just a comfortable, natural resting position for a person. But in the communication, if a man is down like this and you're talking to him and he's looking very uninterested, typically he probably is, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. It's your opportunity to get whatever you need to say while you have his attention out. Take advantage of it.
Take
Right?
advantage.
Don't read too much into it because men don't have as many bodily functions as women do. Y'all have hips y'all can put on, y'all can do all this kind of stuff, but a man is typically either just gonna be just like this, like he's posing with a picture with his boys,
Literally,
or you know
like
the man
this.
thing, or just like this, or if he's really interested, you can tell because he'll just do like this.
Right, and walk out. Look, just like this. So stay tuned. We're going to have the rest about this and body language and what you can do to maybe help the situation even better. Stay tuned.
And so the first year was amazing, second year was amazing, but this year we changed it a little bit because usually it's just a day full of inspirational messages. We actually have a community service event within the day, and they get paired up with mentors. And the mentors and the mentees, they're talking about what could we do to improve our communities. But this year, after they leave, we challenge those students to actually host their own community service with their mentors, assistants, with their parents' assistants, of course. And those high school students who were able to host a successful one, they get a college scholarship. So we're really, really excited. You hear free money, okay?
Scholarships. that's
Exactly. So we're really excited about that program. It is like my baby, and I'm excited about how much it's going to grow. And so with our board member, we have a contact with Yes Prep, and so we want to actually go within that school and host it on that school. We plan to host it at 4 schools this fall, and so the students will have all year to create their service project and host it. And so in May, they'll turn their documents in. We're going to have like a kind of like a presentation part as well, and then we'll decide who gets the scholarship. It's going to be this year is $2,000. The winner will be $2,000, and the runner-up will be $1,000. But you know, I'm thinking big, so each year we're going to increase that scholarship.
So now you did say it's 4 schools.
We're going to be going out to right now. Our basis is going to be like charter schools or charter schools right now, like Yes Prep, but. We're thinking, we're all visionaries, so we definitely want to go into the big big school districts like HISD, Fort Bend, and just get out the word. There's a fun way. I feel like it's fun because it's giving back. A fun way to receive a scholarship.
It is by community service, by giving your time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if they even have that out there.
They do have programs where you are going to the Star of Hope and getting hours, and then you can receive a scholarship. But just having the creative juice and the brainstorming, actually promoting what you're doing, I think the students are extremely excited about. They would be extremely excited about doing something like that.
Because it's their own thing. Exactly. And it's kind of like, so those of you out there that are in, seniors and just looking, or even, I don't know, like.
If you're a junior right now, we're going to be recruiting you for the fall.
Okay, so juniors, seniors, pay attention, get your information. I'll be sure to have Maia's information for you guys, so that way you all can make sure you are intact with getting that scholarship, because that is very good. That is so creative. Like, I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, like, just give it. That is really good. Just giving your time and giving back, and and he asked of us to be of service.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
All right. Well, okay, you guys. Well, real quick, we have to take a quick break. I know. But we'll be right back, and I have a few more things that I have to share with you all and Miss Maia about some upcoming events that she's going to be having this year. So stay tuned. All right, so we're back, and we're going to talk about our body language, like we said earlier. Now, KB, what is the best, I guess, for females, for us, how should we take the body posture of men if they're like, they could be uninterested, standing like this, or they're, hands down to themselves. What should we do as women besides react, which is our initial thing, like, are you listening to me? Like, do you hear what I'm saying? That's kind of like how we do. I don't know about you all, but, it's just natural. So what can we do differently to diffuse the situation and not get so roused up.
Well, I think it's important, number one, to not read so much into it. Just because a man is not necessarily standing the way you want him to stand or seem like he's interested, doesn't mean that he's listening. You only need your ears to listen. You don't need your body to do so. You need your body to respond, but you don't necessarily need your ears to have to listen. And the best way to do that is fact check them. Ask them a question about
I
what
was
you
just
just
about
said.
to ask that. I was like, okay, so in that situation, ladies, so we can pause. Like after, like if we think, is it when we feel like you said, don't read too much into it. So if we're not doing that, but then it's still like we just feel uncomfortable, it's like, okay, let me ask and just make sure. So instead of saying, are you listening to me?
Right.
We can just be like, so do you understand what I mean when I say, or no,
Don't
say
understand
that.
until the end.
Oh,
All
okay,
right?
okay.
Ask him what he thinks about that.
Okay, so what? So that's the
So,
phrase.
yeah, absolutely.
What do you think about that? So then that kind of
Let's
so
say
then
you-
that catches to see if he's really listening and paying attention.
Absolutely.
Besides just going
Laying there
on.
looking at you, staring at you. Absolutely.
Gotcha. And there you go. Well, thank you, KB. That's our tip for the week. Stay tuned for next week on the next relationship coaching advice for the week. Okay, we're back, and I still have Ms. Maya here. So we're going to go ahead and go into some of the events that you all are doing that you have coming up. So share with us.
We're right now in the stages of planning a project beautification where we're going out to 4 homes in 3rd Ward. These 4 homes are dedicated to homeless men who are getting themselves back together, on track.
Right.
So the organization that we're collaborating with is called 1,000 Hills Ministry. They do an amazing job with what they're doing. They minister and they have church service every day practically around Houston. The location that we're going to, they have service every Saturday morning. It's, okay, of course, focused on the homeless, but anybody can go to the church service. So we have actually a volunteer day. The volunteers, the high school is volunteered there. And so when we went there, we looked at their homes, right? And they're not the best looking homes. And so what we decided is that we just can't turn our backs. So, it would be amazing if they could, So we thought it would be amazing if they could come home to something they're proud of, right? And so what we're planning on doing is raising money to buy paint, to do a fresh paint job, to do new windows. We might even try to buy some burglar bars because the area, So burglar bars, new paint job. We're building a garden. For those of you who are landscapers and gardeners, we're going to be looking for you. A garden all around the front, and especially where they have their church service. We're going to have a garden in that area. We're going to build benches for them to sit on. Just a nice place to come home. That's the first phase, is the outer. I know. It makes you feel good. Just going to a beautiful home makes you feel a certain way.
Right. So how can people reach out to you?
We are everywhere, okay? Anything that you love, to any social media, we are everywhere. Our website is www.modifiednow.org. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at iModifiedNow. We have a YouTube channel, iModified Now.
There we go.
You'll see a lot on that. Yeah, on that YouTube, you'll have maybe videos of what we've done before, or TED Talks. I love TED Talks. Anything about community service, you'll see that on YouTube. So we are very accessible. Email is iModifyNow@Yahoo. If you want to email me anytime, we're extremely like an open book. So if you need us, we'll be there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And you guys stay tuned for the rest of the show.